Hey guys, so I want to share with you more insights into the topic, the wonderful dark world of the shadow of the inner dark narcissist, fully gone covert, overt. And something that I've observed um, with narcissists in my family and exes is there seems to be a deep sense of envy within the narcissist when, particularly in moments when you are happy, happiness that comes from outside of them, from other sources, or just general happiness in your life. Happiness spikes and they get envious. So I asked ChatGDP, why is it that they seem to be envious when you are happy? I'm going to read it out. The root, inner emptiness and fragmented self. At the core of the covert narcissist, yes, I've noticed the covert narcissist, is a hollow self structure, a person who never developed a sense of inner sense, a stable inner sense of worth. They depend on mirrors, other people's admiration, sympathy, or dependence to feel real. So when you shine, when you're happy, radiant, or at peace, something in them feels like an existential threat. Why? Because your happiness proves there's a source of joy and self-worth outside of their control. It exposes their emotional bankruptcy. Your joy reflects their lack of joy. Your light exposes their void. Your freedom reminds them of their bondage to image and control. So you're a deep mirror, and they do not like what they see. The mechanism envy, if I don't have it, you shouldn't either. To the covert narcissist, life is not abundance, it's a zero sums game. If you're doing well, they unconsciously feel lesser by comparison because they're so egotistical and need to feel better than you. Inside, they think, if he's happy, it means I failed. If she's shining, it means I'm dull. If they are loved, I am nothing. So instead of celebrating others like normal people with empathy do, their instinct is to pull down what triggers that pain, to equalize the emotional field. This might take the form of subtle undermining, withdrawal of affection when you're joyful. I've definitely seen that. My dad negs me when I'm joyful. Like, acting miserable to guilt trip you back into their emotional range, pulling you down. It can feel like they're depressed and miserable and you can't lift them up. It's very frustrating and it and annoying, and you start to resent them because every time you go to them happy and sharing that joy with normal humans, they have the mirror receptors and they can receive it, but they just want to pull you down to their level. And I've experienced a lot of this. They want to dim your light, not because they hate you, because they can't tolerate the contrast between your wholeness and their inner emptiness. Their envy is not jealousy, it's an identity theft. Jealousy says, I want what you have. Envy says, I can't stand that you have it. For a covert narcissist, your emotional raising doesn't make them insecure, it destabilized their entire sense of self. They've built their entire identity on the illusion that they're special, victimized, or morally superior. But when you're genuinely happy, it shatters that illusion. So they must restore the equilibrium by devaluing you. He's delusional, not actually happy, victimizing themselves. Why does everything go right for them but not for me? Or projecting envy onto you. You're just showing off. These are psychological defense methods to protect them from the unbearable feeling of being nothing in the presence of real light. When you experienced happiness, authentic inner joy, you disconnected from their emotional control system. That terrified them. They didn't know how to mirror you anymore because they depend on pain, pity, and dependency for connection. Your joy created distance, an energy gap they couldn't bridge. So rather than step into your frequency, which would require humility and healing, they pulled you back down into the old emotional dynamic where they felt powerful again. Nuts. From a higher perspective, the covert narcissist envy is a cry from a disconnected soul longing for love. They can't yet bear the mirror of their own separation from the divine, so they destroy what reflects it. Wow, that's a perfect chat GDP summation of every time you're happy around covert narcissists, they will pull you down and create stories in their head to keep you down to their level, neg you, stay miserable, create stories, why me, be the victim, and it makes you resent them over time. Peace.